right, let's feed these chickens some treats this morning. They're really gonna like these. They love the black soldier fly larva. Wait, is there a new breed in there? What is that hen?
I saw a little bit of corn.
Oh, get out of my coop, dude.
Take myself a little
Get out of my coop. Today is the chicken coop cleanout. So today it's a nice gloomy October day, and while the coop is perfectly functional, it works amazingly, it's getting a little dirty, and I think it's time to hit it with some seriously heavy duty gear. So we're gonna power wash it, we're gonna troubleshoot. I'm gonna show you a couple additions that I've made, and we're adding some more hemp bedding, and we have a special little broody Buddha hen in there that I need to consult Jacques on some strategies
Yeah, she's
for.
a little buttered up right now.
She's a little buttered up. So, where should we start, Jacques? Why don't we do a little cleaning?
Yeah, I'd say we do some cleaning, get the chickens a little bit scared, and then we could reward them afterwards. You know,
some treats.
Be like, here you go. It's all fine.
Let's do that.
We're just cleaning up.
Okay, before I hit this with the power washer, I need to close the vents, which is really easy to do with the little dowel system that they've got at Carolina Coops. And then while I'm doing this, Jacques, you're hitting the inside, yeah?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna clean up the inside a little bit, rake up any detritus, debris, like corn cobs that I've been gnawing on.
By the way,
give it a little refresh.
This guy loves to say detritus. That's his favorite word to say. I've never heard a guy say detritus more in my life. He said
It's a
like
good
100
word.
times.
It's underutilized. I'm gonna close this inner vent, become one with the chickens here.
Okay, I think we're good.
So watch where you're spraying. You know?
Yeah, you wanna get smacked? No, the reason I'm doing the power wash, guys, is because if I hose it off, some of the more caked on dust just really doesn't come off. There's a big difference between washing it and then giving it the actual shine, because it gets down to about this level of cleanliness, which is just, it just looks way better. So here we go.
Chickens are not amused.
How do they like it, Jacques?
They don't.
They don't. They don't. It's not so much that it's the noise, it's the fact that water's getting in the coop. They hate it. It's crazy, but we're doing it for them. This used to be for the chickens. You can see this is even covered in poop. So I'm gonna power wash this before I even use it.
Wow, I didn't know it had color.
I honestly didn't.
I thought it was gray.
I honestly didn't know it was blue.
Well, these chickens are definitely corn fed. They've been munching down some of that fresh organic
David munching.
homestead corn.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. All the corn that got way too eaten up by the cornworms, I just screwed onto this little apparatus. I'll show you when we actually give you a little tour of some modifications we made inside. Now I'm gonna get some of the door and edging here.
Maybe I should pop out for that one.
You might want to pop out for that one. Because this is where they kind of hang when you come up and give them the treats. So this just gets pooped on like crazy.
Wow, it looks a lot nicer.
It's a lot nicer, right?
Should help keep it cooler.
Wow, some of that's really baked on there. Probably need to be scrubbed off.
Hit it with the old corn cob.
I mean, how much better does that look?
It looks a lot better.
Is the corn cob bringing it off?
Oh yeah.
It actually is. Hit it with that old corn cob.
That old hermit trick.
Oh wow, this one came straight from Bulgaria.
Always come with the corn cob in your pocket. You never know.
This one came straight from the streets of Bulgaria, guys. Check this out. Even doing watch this.
It's like brown. Chickens are definitely not happy now.
No, they don't like this. No, but I've done this before, and they eventually they're fine.
They'll get over it.
Go back the other way, guys. All right, girls.
Okay.
Sorry, but I'm coming in.
Let me try to get them.
Yeah, corral them out over to that area.
Come on, Lev.
There we go.
Good girls. All right, we need to get this water bar because they've made a mess of it.
Yeah, we'll get the water bar and we'll get this little entrance. We'll get the door. Okay, well the door might need old Bulgarian corn cob because nothing's happening there. We're gonna get the water bar because, and I think it's just them kicking dust up and then it's moist enough. So this will get dirty nearly immediately after this, but I want to make it look nice. I think we've annoyed the girls enough.
Yeah, I think that's looking definitely a lot better.
It looks way cleaner,
Yeah.
way cleaner. Okay, we have the hemp bedding from Carolina Coops. This is why we waited to do this afterwards, because if any moisture got in there, adding the hemp bedding will help soak it up. So let's pop the back open, Jacques. And grab a rake. I'll use the potato fork in honor of you. There's not actually anything we have to do, but I think like a little quality of life for the hens would be nice.
Sure.
So we have the drop down system here, and I'll just kind of show you the depth, Jacques, that we're working with.
Yeah, because this is deep litter as the system for the actual coop.
Yeah, it's a little over a foot, I think. But we don't have a ton of depth in the deep litter right now. Okay, here's what we'll do. First of all, we'll discuss why there's a little henny hen in here just looking like a fat blob. And that would be Butter. Come around and take a look, Ian. Butter is just sitting here. She does not give a single care in the world. She's sitting there, so she's become broody, Jacques.
Yeah.
And you have a Buff Orpington that has also become broody.
Buff Orpingtons are very broody hens because they are really good mothers, so they're really cheap in terms of you could get them for cheap compared to other chickens because they go broody a lot because they're really good at hatching eggs. Now, broodiness can be problematic because basically they stop laying eggs and then they also hog the nesting box and make all the other chickens mad. Our chickens will pick on the broody hen because they're like over it. Like,
yeah, they'll actually literally pick at Trip though. Yeah, that's the crazy part. I've not seen that happen. What I've noticed is when one of my hens wants to lay, because they only use that one box, when one of my hens wants to lay, Butter will leave.
Wow.
Yeah, she'll leave and she'll stand on the roosting bar and be puffy as heck. And then she'll be like, come on, bro, like finish up. And then it's like a bastard situation.
On an egg.
Yeah, and then they lay the egg, because every day Butter will be the only one there.
Yeah.
But somehow 4 or 5 eggs are underneath there. So we're gonna go back to our hemp bedding from Carolina Coops, which is, to our knowledge at least, both Jacques and I's favorite bedding.
Yeah, the hemp bedding has really worked wonders for us.
So in we go. I think we could probably get away with a full bag.
You might as well, since the bag split.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about hemp, so we did have some original shavings in there, some wood shavings from our first batch of bedding before we got the hemp. But what he was telling us, Matt from Carolina was saying, like, you don't need to do anything. You just dump it in there. They'll dig it up, they'll mix it up, it'll compost on its own. And it's kind of like a self-correcting system.
Yeah.
So the hemp is really nice and it composts really easily. So it's gonna be a great soil amendment in the future.
Take a look at the medium of it. It's actually very reminiscent to the garden straw that we have in the store.
Yeah, it's like all surface area.
Because it's cross-cut and then it's split.
Yeah.
Which means that the surface area is super high.
Right. It's gonna soak up any of that chicken remain.
Okay, so there we go. And I understand Matt's point, but I'm still gonna level it out a little bit.
I agree.
Mine just dig holes in the corners of everything.
I know.
And so I have to they'll get down to the actual polycarbonate down there.
It's really funny because they have a boundary. They're like, oh yeah, that's where I'm gonna dig. That's where I'm gonna make a little hole. I don't know what it is. Some sort of weird instinct.
Perhaps if you think about them as tree jungle fowl, like foraging fowl, where would they be most likely to find things? Like right where a log is lying on the ground or something like that?
Yeah.
These are prey animals, guys. These guys.
They're not the top of the food chain.
They are not the top of the food chain at all. So Butter's still hanging out in there.
She doesn't care.
Just gonna let her be. So we're at a much higher point now. Of course, that will settle down.
Settle.
And then I'll do a couple little tweaks here. So what they'll do is there's a little roost bar that helps you get into the nesting box, and they tend to sit on it, wait their turn, and kind of poop on it. So I just scrape a little bit of that off.
I see.
I don't need to go clean it and scour it, but I just don't want big old chunks sitting there. Yeah, Butter literally looks.
It's so funny.
She looks like she's made out of ice. She just isn't doing anything.
If I don't move, he won't touch me.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna touch her. Come here. There's that sound.
The sound broody chickens make is amazing.
She's like
puffing
a Pokemon.
up.
She honestly sounds like a Pokemon.
And she just poofed up.
Yeah,
she
look at her.
Doubled in volume.
Okay, watch. So look at her poof. So she's gonna calm down. Watch. Butter, I'm just trying to connect. I'm just trying to connect with you. Now, the surprising thing though, Jacques, is that the rope wrap roost bars, there's zero debris or detritus on them at all.
I know.
They worked amazingly well.
I was surprised because I'm like, rope, I mean, they don't even seem to poop on it or anything.
They don't.
Just
well, you know
right
why
over the edge.
Think about it. Their butt's just not on the top of it.
It's right here.
Yeah, it's right on the edge. Okay, so we've solved the back of the hen house.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and go inside, and I'll show you a couple mods that we made. All right, before we go in, I want to see if we can annoy Butter just a little bit more and see what she's trying to hatch. So there's that booty. So excuse me, there goes the fluff. just gonna lift her up just a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, she's
That's a
housing
bounty.
some golden eggs. There's 4.
Not a bad start.
There you go, okay. Sorry, Buddha. Maybe she will realize there's nothing there. I doubt it though. I really doubt it.
No, I think she's connected to her primal instinct right now.
Oh wow, they're bathing. Look at them. They're all dust bathing.
They're going to town on that. Probably got like a little splash of
They
water
honestly
on
look
them.
like little colored rocks. Like look at
Wow.
look at Lobster. Look at this girl.
They just like flipped over.
Oh my God. So one thing that we did here is I wanted a more interactive way because I haven't expanded the run to an outdoor run yet. That's coming soon. But I wanted an interactive way for them to eat instead of just eating out of the CoopWorks feeder, which I obviously love, but let's give them some more activity. So what I did is I threw a little eye hook here. I got some canvas or lanyard, and then I put a carabiner into a very simple eye hook with a screw. And so what you can do is anything that can take this type of threading, corn being the perfect example, you can just screw on and it'll kind of float here. We have some funny footage of them really enjoying it. So that's one modification that we made. And then over here, I tried to do a like hanging swing thing. They did not like it at all.
No.
I think as soon as they jumped up, it would swing out of the way and they just weren't stable enough. And so my girlfriend actually built this little playground that's nice and stable. They can't really knock things over because they tend to just knock things out of the way.
And they look like they're definitely using it based on the poop.
Well, they use it all the time because the only area that sun comes in, it's like halfway through the day, but half of the day sun streams in right here. So they'll just kind of like hang out and chill right here.
Nice.
So besides the feeder, that's really the only changes that I've made. Although, Jacques, you have, on your new video, you've got the water bar thing.
No,
right?
I really like that too
Yeah.
because it's something you can place in the ground permanently, out of the way, and they love it.
Because you hammer that one in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like in there. So it's not tipping over, they're not digging it out.
Well,
It's
we'll
great.
leave our little pebbled egg birds. Leave them to do what they're doing.
Wow, they're so dusty.
Well, I think we've given the chickens a nice, refreshed home to hang out in. And if you want to see what this looked like when we put it in, check this video out. And until next time, good luck in the garden and keep on growing.